As we all know, Netflix and YouTube are two completely different platforms with different purposes. But what they have in common is that they both use AI-driven recommendation algorithms to suggest videos to their users. It's a win-win situation for both the platforms and the users. Users get to watch videos they might enjoy, and platforms get to increase their user engagement and retention. However, Netflix's recommendation algorithm is more advanced than YouTube's for a number of reasons. Firstly, Netflix has a larger data set to work with as it has more content and more users than YouTube. Secondly, Netflix has a more sophisticated algorithm that takes into account a wider range of factors such as user demographics, viewing habits, and preferences. This means that Netflix can provide more personalized recommendations to its users, which increases the likelihood that they will watch those recommendations. On top of that, Netflix also uses collaborative filtering, which is a technique used to find patterns and relationships in user data. By analyzing the viewing habits of similar users, Netflix can identify new content that a particular user might like and recommend it to them. Finally, Netflix also uses content-based filtering, which involves analyzing the features of a particular movie or TV show, such as the genre, actors, and director, to recommend similar content to a user. Despite the fact that Netflix has a more advanced recommendation algorithm than YouTube, it doesn't necessarily mean that YouTube's algorithm is bad. It's just that Netflix's algorithm is more sophisticated and tailored to the specific needs of their platform. In this video, we're going to dive deep into how Netflix's algorithm works and how it compares to YouTube's algorithm. So stay tuned till the end to find out how you can use this knowledge to your advantage. In today's world, it seems like streaming services are popping up everywhere. With so many options available, it can be difficult to decide which one is right for you. One of the most popular streaming services is Netflix, which offers a wide range of movies, TV shows, and documentaries. But what makes Netflix stand out from the competition? Well, it comes down to their recommendation system. You may have noticed that when you log into Netflix, you're greeted with a seemingly endless row of suggested content. And you may have wondered how Netflix decides what to recommend to you. Well, the answer lies in their recommendation algorithm. The way it works is pretty simple, yet highly effective. Netflix uses your viewing history and preferences to determine what kind of content you might want to watch next. For example, if you've watched a lot of romantic comedies, Netflix might recommend more of the same genre. Or if you've been watching a lot of action movies lately, they might suggest something a little more thrilling. It's basically like having a personal assistant that knows your taste in movies and TV shows better than you do. So how does Netflix decide which movies and TV shows to recommend to you? The answer lies in their recommendation algorithm. The algorithm is constantly analyzing your viewing habits and preferences and comparing them to other users on the platform. Once it's gathered enough data, it'll start recommending content that is similar to what you've watched in the past. That's why you might see suggestions for content that you've already watched before. It's not a mistake, but rather the algorithm's way of testing out new content to see if you like it. If you watch a recommended movie and enjoy it, then the algorithm will take note and start recommending more content like that. Similarly, if you skip over certain content time and time again, the algorithm will learn from that and stop suggesting it to you. Now let's talk about how you can take advantage of this system. If there's a particular genre of content that you're interested in, such as romantic comedies, then you should start by watching a movie or TV show in that genre. This will help the algorithm understand your preferences and start recommending more content like that. However, it's important to be patient with this process, as it might take some time for the algorithm to learn your taste. Another thing you can do is to actively engage with the content you're watching. For example, if you're watching a documentary, take notes on what you found most interesting, or if you're watching a TV show, discuss it with your friends or family. By engaging with content, you're providing the algorithm with more information about your preferences, which can lead to more accurate recommendations. Remember that the algorithm is constantly learning and evolving, so it's important to keep providing it with feedback so that it can improve its suggestions over time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the endless rows of recommendations that Netflix has to offer. Just remember that it might take some time for the algorithm to get to know your taste, but once it does, you'll never be short of new content to watch. Netflix is a well-known streaming service that allows users to watch TV shows and movies online.
However,
It has recently come under fire for its recommendation system. Some people argue that the system is not diverse enough and that it tends to favor certain types of content over others. The reason behind this is that Netflix uses an algorithm to decide which content to recommend to each user. Based on their previous viewing habits and preferences, this algorithm is designed to maximize the amount of time users spend on the platform, which means that it tends to favor content that is similar to what a user has already watched. As a result, users may be less likely to venture outside of their comfort zone and explore new types of content. This lack of diversity in recommendations can be problematic, as it may limit users' exposure to different perspectives and experiences. Additionally, it may also reinforce existing biases and stereotypes, as users are only exposed to content that confirms their pre-existing beliefs. YouTube is a popular video sharing platform that uses an algorithm to recommend videos to users based on their interests and viewing habits. While this system can be effective at keeping users on the platform for longer periods of time, it has also been criticized for creating echo chambers that reinforce users' biases and limit their exposure to diverse viewpoints. The YouTube algorithm is designed to keep users on the platform for as long as possible. It does this by recommending videos that are similar to the ones that the user has watched or interacted with in the past. While this can be a good thing, as it can help users discover new videos that they might enjoy, it can also be a bad thing, as it can create echo chambers. Echo chambers are online spaces where users are only exposed to information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs and biases. This can lead to a situation where users are only seeing videos that reinforce their own viewpoints and are less likely to encounter videos that challenge those viewpoints. As a result, users may become more entrenched in their own beliefs and less willing to consider alternative viewpoints. There are several ways that YouTube's algorithm creates echo chambers. One way is through the use of keywords and categories. When a user searches for a video, YouTube's algorithm will suggest videos that are relevant to the keywords or categories that were used in the search query. This can create a situation where users are only exposed to videos on a particular topic or from a particular perspective. Another way that YouTube's algorithm creates echo chambers is through the use of user data. YouTube collects data on the videos that users watch, such as the length of time they spend watching the video and whether or not they interact with the video. This data is used to determine which videos to recommend to each user. As a result, users may only be shown videos that are similar to the ones that they have already watched or interacted with, leading to a situation where they are only exposed to content that reinforces their existing beliefs. It's important to note that YouTube is not the only platform that uses algorithms to recommend content. Other platforms, such as Netflix and Spotify, also use similar algorithms to recommend movies, TV shows, and music to users. However, YouTube's algorithm is particularly prone to creating echo chambers due to the platform's vast library of user-generated content and its reliance on user data to personalize recommendations. To mitigate the issue of echo chambers, YouTube has implemented some measures such as diversifying search results and providing users with tools to control the type of content they see. However, these measures have not been enough to completely eliminate the problem. In conclusion, while algorithms such as the ones used by Netflix and YouTube can be useful for recommending content to users, they also have the potential to create echo chambers that limit users' exposure to diverse viewpoints. It's important for these platforms to take measures to mitigate this issue and ensure that users are exposed to a variety of content that challenges their beliefs and helps them grow intellectually. As a user, it's also important to be aware of the potential for algorithmic bias and to take steps to ensure that you are exposed to a variety of viewpoints. This can be done by searching for content from a variety of sources, exploring topics from different perspectives, and engaging with content that challenges your beliefs. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Thanks for watching.